Picture this. December 6, 1969, the air is electric with anticipation. The Rolling Stones, at the peak of their fame, decide to throw a massive free concert at the Altamont Speedway in Northern California. The goal? To create a West Coast version of Woodstock, a grand finale to the decade of peace, love, and music. It was meant to be the ultimate celebration of the counterculture spirit. But what started as a dream of harmony quickly spiraled into one of the most infamous and tragic nights in rock and roll history. What went so terribly wrong at Altamont? And how did a concert meant to symbolize unity become a byword for chaos and violence? Stick around as we unravel the dark, true story of the day the music died. To understand the disaster of Altamont, you have to understand the setup. A concert was thrown together in just a few days. The location was changed at the last minute to the Altamont Speedway, a dusty, dilapidated racetrack completely unprepared for the 300,000 people who would show up. There weren't enough toilets, medical facilities, or food. It was a recipe for tension from the very beginning. But the most fateful decision was yet to come. On the recommendation of the Grateful Dead, the Rolling Stones management made a deal that would seal the concert as doom. They hired the Hells Angels biker gang to act as security. Their payment? $500 worth of beer. Placing a notoriously volatile biker gang, fueled by free alcohol, in charge of crowd control at a massive, chaotic event was like handing a lit match to someone standing in a pool of gasoline. The stage was set, not for a celebration, but for a catastrophe. As the day wore on, the atmosphere grew darker. The security provided by the Hells Angels was anything but. They roamed the crowd, armed with weighted pool pews, aggressively policing the area around the low-built stage. Fights broke out constantly. Stephen Stills was reportedly stabbed in the leg with a sharpened bicycle spoke. Marty Balin of Jefferson Airplane was knocked unconscious by a Hells Angel, mid-performance after trying to intervene in a fight. The dream of Woodstock was rapidly dissolving into a nightmare. The crowd was packed in, on edge, and the promised vibe of peace and love had been replaced by a palpable sense of fear and aggression. The sun began to set, and with the darkness, the sense of dread only intensified. The main event, the Rolling Stones, were about to take the stage, stepping into a powder keg that was ready to explode. As night fell, the Rolling Stones finally began their set. The chaos in front of the stage was now at a fever pitch. The band had to stop playing multiple times, with Mick Jagger pleading with the crowd and the Hells Angels to calm down. People, who's fighting and what for? He begged from the stage, his voice barely audible over the mayhem. It was during their performance of Under My Thumb that the night reached its tragic climax. In the dense crowd near the stage, an 18-year-old African-American man named Meredith Hunter was involved in an altercation with the bikers. After being pushed back, he returned, visibly agitated, and pulled out a long-barreled revolver. A Hells Angel named Alan Passaro saw the gun, lunged forward, and fatally stabbed him. This horrific moment was all captured on camera. The Maysles brothers were filming a documentary, which would later be released as Gimme Shelter. The footage is chilling. It shows the glint of the gun, the frantic scuffle, and the tragic end of a young life, all while the world's biggest rock band played on, initially unaware of the severity of what had just happened just feet away from them. The concert ground to a halt as the reality of the situation sank in. But Meredith Hunter's death wasn't the only tragedy of the day. In the chaos that engulfed the Speedway, 2 other people were killed in a hit-and-run accident, and another person drowned in a nearby irrigation canal. 4 lives were lost at an event that was supposed to celebrate life. The Altamont Free Concert became a dark bookend to the 1960s. It shattered the illusion of the peace and love generation, exposing the darkness and fragility that lay just beneath the surface of the counterculture dream. It served as a grim lesson about the dangers of poor planning, mob mentality, and misplaced trust. The event left a permanent scar on the Rolling Stones and on the soul of rock music itself. It was a brutal wake-up call, a stark reminder that even with the best intentions, a party can turn into a tragedy. The dream of the 60s didn't fade away gently. For many, it died violently that cold December night at Altamont. Thank you so much for watching this deep dive into one of music history's most pivotal moments. If you found this story as compelling as we did, please give this video a like and share it with someone who might be interested. For more stories like this, make sure to subscribe to our channel and ring that notification bell so you never miss an upload. We'll see you in the next video.